Alright, we talked about a suit that had bad stagger, but really good damage. Let's talk about a suit that has really good stagger accumulation. The GBO2. GBO2 only has, just like the G-Line standard, only has like one loadout. Where are you? It has the GBO2 beam rifle, saber, head Vulcans that are bad, grenade launcher, missile launcher, shoulder pod, and a shield. The fact that all these generals have shield is really good, but they don't have shield. They don't have shield stance break mastery like the Gundam does. All right, let's go over this real quick. The GBO2's primary is the GBO2 beam rifle. It has a 20% stagger rate, and it has an instant stagger. It is your only instant stagger besides the missile launcher on the bottom, which we'll go over in a second. So you're going to use this often, but you should never overheat it unless you really need to kill something, because the overheat time is 17 seconds.
So you'll need to be comfortable with the controls.
Downswing. Downswing. That's a standard combo for generals. Let's talk about the other weapons. The Vulcan gun, weak, only does 2% stagger. Once again, it's your option to kill a target from HSM when you want to chase him down.
Each has its own role in combat.
Here's the missile pod. The missile pod does 10% per missile. Ten percent per missile is a lot. Check this out. They're staggered. If you don't ever have to deal with anything besides MA1, the GBO2 can technically stagger 3 times per clip with this missile pod. Realistically, it's going to be 2. Pretty good. Does a lot of damage too. Let's talk about the shoulder missile pod. They shoot, the waist missile launchers. These do 20, and there's 2 of them. So technically it's 40% stagger, but they're really, really slow. Here's what you do with them. You get a stagger, made a roll, do a step. Missile launcher, bam! He used a big ass combo. The missile pod is really good at area denial because the splash damage is really big, and you can combo into it now. What I showed you was it doesn't always work if there's lag. Also, here's the blast radius. Pretty big blast radius, if I must say so myself. Here's the combo. If you dash out, you can get the combo that way. I guess now's a good time to talk about weapons that have high swap times. But let's review. These Vulcans, they do 2% stagger. The beam rifle does 20%, and it has a really high overheat, so don't overheat it. These have 10%. These have 20% times 2. Use the missile pod to stop enemies from attacking your support or moving in general. It's staggered with this. And use the missile launcher to do big damage and eliminate a target quickly.
Use your radar to monitor your surroundings. Spot lurking enemies and avoid any nasty surprises.
Now, before we go, let's talk about one final thing. There is a swap trick in this game where you swap a weapon and then you do a evasive maneuver. A regular evasive maneuver, you double tap very quickly together,
In battle, you'll find that coordinating with your allies is
and the weapon doesn't swap in time. The weapon doesn't swap while you're dodging. But if you do a what's it called? If you do a how do I explain this? If you do 2 taps more slowly, this takes some feeling. You can get the weapon to swap in between the roll, like that, and bam! You did a big ass combo. Like I said though, you can still do a down swing into the missiles just by dashing, but you have to be close to the enemy, like this. Yeah, it's still a hit. You still have time to hit, but if you really need to make sure that it hits, and you want to do a saber swing at the same time, you can do it. You can do the dash trick, the dash soft trick. That's a little advanced. Anyway, those are the skills and attacks for the Gen 3. Just remember the specifics with your missile launcher and your missile pod. These do 10%. You do a lot of damage. And this does a ton of damage. This will do so much damage to people. It's insane. Just don't friendly fire your friends with it. It does an instant stagger. It's also really good at hitting around corners, although it's a little projected. So maybe don't blind fire too much. All right, that's it.